next year's calendar. Unfortunately, you're not going to be a part of it, Slady.
No, you got the wrong person
for the whole year. But
to talk about next year's calendar.
Well, it's time for you to unleash on it. What do you?
I haven't even looked at it, to be honest. Yeah, I didn't go to the meeting in Bathurst, and then I haven't looked at the booklet. So,
to be honest,
what do we got?
Yeah, look, 13 events. QR.
I know
the
what the
bend
Enduros
back.
are.
Yeah, well, that's a good one. You going to drop any bombs for us today?
No bombs.
No. Look, I think when we all saw it first in the media, it probably wasn't explained right, and I wasn't a fan at all. But I think when they actually sat us down and explained it and the concept of how everything's going to work, I think it actually has potential, and I think it's going to be super exciting for the fans. But I still think a traditional championship, like I don't know if you guys watch MotoGP at the moment, like Bagnaia and Martin are genuinely going to the last round, like both with a chance.
It's pretty universal. Like heaps of all the championships around the world now, they're really close now. Like you look at MotoGP, like you just said, and it's going down to the last race, and Formula One's down that path again.
Yeah,
and even
this year where
you guys, going to the last round, it's pretty tight, and you throw finals into that next year, like even if it was this year as well, then it makes it even tighter. Like they said something like it doesn't usually change who ends up winning when they've looked at it previously, but I think it opens it up because no one can just like take a rest and not push it too hard like you have to.
Yeah, and I guess like obviously that format of finals is typically, more so say with a ball sport. Whereas,
the field don't change.
With motor racing, you can have a failure. Yeah. It's none of your doing. I know it is obviously still a team sport, but so it's
interesting. I mean, I someone put it out. It'd be Will leading, myself second, Cam in third, and Matty Payne in fourth. So Chaz has had one of his best years, I suppose, as a championship of a whole, and he's going to miss out on a chance at winning. So and you could say Matty Payne, who's he's had a good year, but could come out as a champion. It's an interesting one.
Yeah.
If you're in Will's position, you'd be pretty pissed off if you got to Gold Coast, had a bad run, and don't fight for the championship. But
yeah, it's kind of weird as well. I guess we've all grown up doing championships. We've not done anything different. So, it definitely. It'd be a lot different to be a part of, I would think.
It's going to be exciting. Like, I totally get the excitement factor.
Yeah.
Adelaide's going to be off the charts.
Yeah.
Like, going down to the last race. And I think you're going to see a lot of risk taken. Like, if you're in second or third, you're already at 10/10s. But, I think you're going to see big quali laps. You're going to see some big moves and stuff like that. It should be pretty fun, I reckon.
Yep.
And then format, or QR, the bend.
I think it's good having QR back.
Yeah.
Like we got a massive crowd demographic out there. Like I did an appearance in Flagstone before Gold Coast, and for somewhere that kind of felt like it was in the middle of nowhere, and just for like a free entry show, it was really busy. And I think they're talking about doing some other cool stuff around the same time as QR, which would be really cool.
What do you got for us?
Oh, I can't spill the beans.
Can you? Oh, come on. Oh, right. I think it's going to be unreal. I think it's going to be a huge event. It's like the NASCAR Oval. You can see the track from anywhere. I think it's going to be awesome. The bend is an enduro.
I like the track.
I love driving the track.
It's really fun when you put together a nice fast lap, but I don't know.
It's an enduro.
500 Ks around there could be a long afternoon.
I think people complained about no safety cars at Bathurst this year. The bend's probably pretty unlikely to have a safety car, I think.
Maybe they should do like 250 Ks of the full track and then like halfway through do the short track.
Like that. I love it. I really enjoy driving there. But it'll be interesting to do an enduro there, I think. Enduro track or in general, what are you going to add? Like, what would you add? If we could go anywhere, or we could do for you, Slady, for next year, another enduro, where would you do it?
I don't know. It probably just makes sense to make Gold Coast.
Yeah. You can't now, though, because it's finals. Isn't that a tricky one?
Yeah. I don't know.
It's got to be Gold Coast or Sandown.
Yeah, like it should be cool to have Sandown. Just obviously there's a lot of history with that race.
Yeah.
I don't know, every year it's like, oh, this will be the last Sandown, and then it's going to, you know, turn into houses or whatever. But I don't know.
Keep going back.
Yeah, we keep going back. So, yeah, but it would be cool to, you know, keep it how it was, Sandown, Bathurst, and add the Ben.
Yeah.
But yeah, other than that, I haven't really thought about it.
It's going to be interesting.
I reckon Perth, the street circuit they're talking about there.
Oh, yeah, that's going to be sick.
Like, take the part out of it that I'm local there, but the fact that they've kind of now got the chance to build a street circuit almost purpose-built, so you can go through the whole design stage and figure out what's going to work and what's not, and then turn it into something rather than just try and put something together with permanent land that's already there. I feel like that'd be cool.
You seen, like, you obviously know the area that they're looking at?
Yeah, it's supposed to be around the stadium.
Yeah.
So from what I've heard, they're supposed to be doing something like similar to Albert Park and Adelaide, in the sense that they're going to build the roads as a racetrack that then turn into roads outside of it, but still have that street circuit element like Gold Coast and Adelaide, where you got big concrete walls and stuff like that. And I think like Crown are wanting to get behind it as well, so it'll be a big event, I think.
Yeah, it'd be sad to see Barbagallo go though, or I forget what it's, Carco Raceway as it's called now, but street races. I think when you go to Gold Coast, I'm always one for, you forget how good Supercars is until you get to Bathurst. Bathurst, Gold Coast, Adelaide, like we're getting 200,000 people a weekend.
Pretty good way to finish the championship off.
Yeah, I think you end the year going far out. Our sport's unreal. You know, like you have 600,000 people over 3 events. Like it's out of control. But another one. I'd love to start at one though. I'd love to start at Perth.
Ideally, I reckon start and finish with street races.
Yeah, because I think maybe, this year's Bathurst 500 wasn't the world's biggest starting event, I suppose. But if you get the atmosphere that we had at the last few now, I think to start the year, just try and get the momentum going a little bit throughout the year. Yeah,
there's definitely, you know, thinking back to Newcastle or Adelaide, like a lot more hype and excitement, and definitely adds a lot more to the championship, I think, starting with one. But I also think you need to end with one
for sure,
too. So
for sure.
Yeah, could be good opportunity
with Perth.
With Perth, for sure. Do they, like, say in NASCAR with that similar system?
Yeah.
Do the tracks, like in the playoffs or the final 3 tracks, do they ever change?
Yeah, every year the last race is a different track.
Yeah, so that's. I mean, I know it's easier said than done,
but
we were just saying that you want to finish with a street race, but I kind of think that would help even it up as well. You know, if there's one guy that just is a freak around that track and that's the last track, well,
I totally agree.
Good to mix it up.
I think
it's
especially
a lot easier said than done.
Everyone's like, football final, like the field. I'm sure it does change in the grass, but you know, it's not changing what they're actually doing. They're still playing the same game. Where for us, it changes so much. And as you said, some guy, like you could go to Sydney this year, and Chaz he's going to smoke us, you know. But I think something like that. And the hard thing is Adelaide's tipping in so much money and doing such a good job. You wouldn't want to really finish anywhere else at the moment.
Well, and that's a thing. Like, it makes a massive difference, I think. Like we said before, starting and finishing the year, you know, for the category and everyone involved at street circuits. So maybe not.
The new tyre next year, that's supposed to be pretty full on. Like, I think the kind of story they're running was Percat's average heart rate or something was 118 on the old tyre, and on the new tyre it was like 180. So you're working pretty hard on the new tyre, from what I understand.
Yeah, I'm.
So is there definitely a new tyre for next year?
Well, I believe so.
Yeah.
I think that's a talk. I don't think they've really spoken about it too much.
And just the one compound, or is?
Yeah, I don't know. Like, I think they've talked about on race weekends doing some different tyre stuff, but I don't understand it yet.
I think it's like the new tyre is going to be like the soft tyre. And then, because I think they were talking about from Saturday to Sunday will be different tyre batches.
Yeah.
So you run like the soft tyre all weekend, and then come Sunday, it's like, boom, super soft tyre. Figure it out.
But I think the soft is pretty quick.
Yeah.
They did some demos. They've done some demo stuff over the years, and they did some at Bathurst, and it's fast.
Jamie did like a 5 or something.
Yeah, he did a low 5 when we were all running around at 7. So I think we'll probably be back to a 203.
Yeah.
You know, like a 204, 203 next year at Bathurst, which would be cool. But yeah, it's a hard one. Like, I don't know. I think you still need deg. Because I think if you just all go flat out, maybe just the fastest car is going to win. And if that car qualifies on pole, maybe it just wins. It's a hard one. Like,
it could change it though, because then people, they have to push to be fast, and then maybe people might make mistakes and stuff like that. And it's kind of, how hard do you want to push? Like, say you're going to Adelaide or Gold Coast, like how much do you want to risk every lap, you know?
Yeah. I think, like, for me, Bathurst, I just drove flat out every single lap. You know, at the end I degged, but and Gold Coast wasn't too bad. Like, you can still drive pretty hard there. You degged, but not
yeah, I mean, the only thing you're really sort of pulling back on is the throttle out of the two slowest corners, pretty much. So, well, not the throttle out of the slow corners, but you're still pushing pretty hard in the high risk areas.
No, exactly. I don't know. It'll be interesting. Well, I still don't really know what's happening next year. I don't think anyone does, but we'll find out in due course.
Come the first test day, we'll know what's going on.
Yeah, a couple of days before round one.
Yeah.